Hello and welcome to another existing SQL interview question. In today's lesson we will be addressing a common database challenge of extracting data based on specific conditions. We will focus on finding employees whose salaries are greater or less than the average salary within their respective department. In this video we will guide you through solving this practical quiz step by step. So let's dive into it and solve it in practice. Okay, here's our table and this is the result. Okay, and from here you could see that our task is just to extract the employee names for certain departments, for each department where their salary is greater or less than the average salary for each department, right? This is as an example department ID number 2. Okay, what is the average of these values, right? If I just take a look at the calculator here, you could see I have just summed 52, 62 and 35 and divided by 2, and the average is 49.6, right? So if the average is 49.6 here, you could see that these two rows from the output have been extracted. Why? Because 52 and 62 are greater than the 49, than the average of these rows, right? That's why they have been extracted here, and this 135 is being extracted here. So in the same way and the same functionality works almost for all the departments and all the rows here. So our task is just to find the employees where the salary is greater or the less than the average salary for each department here, for each this department. Okay, let's go into the database and try to solve it. I'm inside of my database, and right now I will go just to this link and copy this code here. I will put this in the description below. You can just go and copy and paste it to your database, and I will create the table here, refresh it and select everything from the created table here. Just view the data, and you can see from here that the table is also similar. If I just make the query tool and try to select everything from the table, it will print out the result. Select everything from employee table, employee, right? If I just run this code, it will select and print out everything. Right now my first action is just to select the department ID and the average salary from this employee table and group it by the department ID. So how will I do it? So I will just try to add in the select E department ID. Department E is the alias, will be the alias of my table name, department ID, and then I will add in the average E salary, this salary from, let's give an alias as department average, right? And from employee table, employee, and group it by E department ID, right? ID. So I will need to add in the E, otherwise it would not work. If I just run this code here, you could see that it will group up the data for each department ID here and print out the average value based on the department ID. Okay, our second task is just to entail it with the scopes and create it as a common table expression with CTA as, let's give it the name department average, department average as this one. Okay, right, this is the common table expression, and right now I need to select all the values from here and join it with this common table expression, okay, in order to find in the average employment columns which are greater than the average salary. We already have this group data and we know the average of each row, right, for each department ID. And right now I will just type in the select E employee ID, E employee name, again salary is necessary for us, and also department ID, okay. From adding the employee table again, from employee table, okay, and given the alias, and join it, inner join would be proper, inner join with this common table expression, department ID. Okay, we have just joined this query with the above one, with this one, okay, with this one. So after joining it with this table, I need to give the on condition based on something. E, for example, department ID is equals to this department. I will just give an alias for this common table expression again. This will be, for example, department average. So I will type in the DIA, department average, also has the department ID. So I will just type in department ID, and then if I just try to run it, it will say that not implement salary is salary, and etc. So I will first just try to give a what, the condition based on what. Again, I want to select E, salary will be greater than this department average salary, this one. This should be also included because we are joining two tables and this table is the grouped one. So I will add in the E, and for the common table expression I will pick up this salary, right? This is the E salary, this one, and this is department average salary is this one, the grouped salary here. Let's just try to run this code, and it will again say that employee name cross database references are not implemented. Okay, what is the problem here? The problem is here. Instead of the dot, I just need to put in the comma. This is a syntax error. Okay, if we can see from here that I have already extracted the data and has printed out all the employees where the salary is greater than the average. Okay, for example, the department ID number 160 is being extracted. Why? If I just try to select everything from here and look at the department ID number 1, it has two values here, right? 55 and 60, right? If I just add in the 55 plus 60 here and divide by 2, the average will be 57.5, right? And if I just run this code again, you could see it has just printed out the value employee name with the 60,000 value. Why? Because the average is the 57.5. So we need to do what? Print out the salary which is greater than this value for this department ID. In a similar way, these employee names also works like that. These are all the employees whose salaries are greater than the average. If we want to print it out as the salaries which are less than the average, I will just replace this greater to the less sign and run this code again, and it will print out, for example, you could see for the department ID number 1, it will print out Joe Smith with the smallest salary in for that department ID. Okay, I think that this lesson was really helpful for you. Thank you for watching it. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.